Please be seated. Good afternoon and welcome to our combined class of 22 pinning ceremony for nursing and health sciences. It's been a long time coming. Thank you. As a reminder, as a college, that we're still in a mask mandate, so we ask that you keep your masks on during the entire program today. I'm Robert Resendiz, the Associate Dean of Health Sciences, and I'm honored to be part of the end of what has been the most grueling, challenging, unexpected, and unprecedented 2 years of education. No graduating class of Bristol Community College has ever had more obstacles and curveballs thrown at them than the class of 22, what I like to call them the COVID cohort. If there was ever a time to have a second thought about pursuing a career in healthcare, 2020 and 21 were the years to do that, and yet here we are. Thank you and congratulations to our students, their families and friends, and faculty and staff for showing exemplary creativity, courage, and resilience in doing what needed to be done under unfamiliar and difficult circumstances. Against many odds, today we gathered to celebrate and recognize the human spirit of perseverance and achievements of our soon-to-be graduates. At this time, I invite everyone to please stand for the singing of the national anthem by nursing student Kayla Audette.
Oh, say, am I too close? I got metal on me? Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed? You guys can sing along with me. At the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Kayla. We have a very talented graduating class. President Laura Douglas was unable to be with us today to greet you all this afternoon. I would like to welcome instead Vice President of Academic Affairs, Suzanne Buglione, to speak on her behalf. Dr. Buglione.
Good afternoon. I send greetings from President Laura Douglas, who was unable to be with us today, and to let you know that her mother passed away yesterday. Congratulations, graduates of 2022. We are so proud of your accomplishments and your dedication to your profession. Now, more than ever, we need you. You are entering high-demand careers. At this time in our nation's history, during a pandemic, your commitment is admirable. The demands of the modern healthcare system and our healthcare workers are even greater than in the past. Whether you are delivering preventative care, diagnostic care, or you are on the front lines, you are critical to a patient's health and well-being. You have many critical roles: caregiver, kindness, champion, detective, role model, technician, multitasker, and of course, hero. Yes, you are all heroes. You save lives. Bristol graduates contribute to the total care and well-being of patients, be it as a phlebotomist drawing blood to be analyzed, as an EKG technician capturing critical cardiac information for physicians, making a bedside assessment and treatment plan as a nurse at a patient's home or in a hospital room or an emergency room, capturing vital statistical data from anxious patients as a medical assistant, implementing preventive measures as a dental hygienist, or providing recovery and rehabilitation care as an occupational therapy assistant. All allied health professionals contribute to the total care of the patients they serve. None of us could have predicted this pandemic, and we can only salute to the joy and speculate about the heartache and pivotal life moments that you will experience during your careers. But we do know that what you have, it takes to handle anything that will come your way, and that you will continue to learn, grow, and succeed well into your future. You would not be here today without the amazing support of your instructors and leaders of the program, who faced each day knowing that now more than ever, are needed in the healthcare field and throughout our communities. In many ways, helping students to the finish line has never been more important than it was during the past few years. As Associate Dean Resendy says, the COVID cohort. I can't say that, that's a tongue twister. Thank you, faculty and staff, for your tireless dedication to our students. Can I ask the faculty and staff to stand for a moment? Let's give them a hand. There's another group to thank, and that is to your families, loved ones, and friends. They have supported you through the highs and lows, late night study sessions, or early morning exams, and provided encouragement to you along the way. Can the family and friends of our graduates please stand, and let's give them a round of applause. Your achievement is amazing and totally worth it. All that you've sacrificed has paid off in your success. And this achievement doesn't stop here at Bristol Community College. It will continue as you do this important work and continue your learning. I am so grateful that Bristol could help you get here. Go and bring comfort to people's lives. Make a difference in our communities and never stop learning. We salute you on your achievement and look forward to hearing more about your continued success. Thank you so much. I'd like to now introduce Associate Dean of Nursing, Dr. Dorothy Chase, to present the recognition of our graduates.
Good afternoon. Each one of you started this journey during a historically difficult time in the world for healthcare, and yet each of you chose to enter this profession to help others. When you began, the people in your program, the faculty and staff, were strangers, and today these people sitting to your left and to your right are now your colleagues and your friends. Your success here shows a strength in each of you that deserves a round of applause. In all medical professions, we take a pledge to uphold ethical standards. The Hippocratic Oath is the oath most are familiar with. The oath of ethics, historically taken by physicians. It is taken from Greek medical texts and includes physicians taking an oath to uphold and swear by a number of healing gods. This oath is one of the earliest expressions of medical ethics in the Western world, establishing the principles of medical and healthcare ethics that all of our professions hold. I would like all of our nursing and health sciences students to please stand and turn to the back page of the program and recite together the professional promise and ethics pledge. So please recite with me. In full knowledge of the obligations I am undertaking, I promise to care for those I am responsible for with all the skills and understanding I possess, without regard to race, creed, color, politics, or social status, sparing no effort to conserve life, to alleviate suffering, and to promote health. I will respect at all times the dignity and religious beliefs of the patients under my care, holding in confidence all personal information entrusted to me, and refraining from any action that might endanger life or health. I will keep my professional knowledge and skill at the highest level and give loyal support and cooperation to all members of the health team. I will do my utmost to honor the code of ethics and uphold the integrity of my profession. Thank you. We will now be recognizing the graduates of our health sciences and nursing programs here at Bristol. We will be recognizing our programs in alphabetical order. Students were allowed to choose ribbon colors as seen in your program, and we will go by alphabetical order. The first program that we will be recognizing is our Clinical Lab Science and Phlebotomy program. I'm going to ask Dr. Kelly Hiller to come to this podium, and then Robert Resendez will be reading the names. Dr. Hiller?
Good afternoon. Clinical laboratory science, also called medical laboratory science, is the health profession that provides laboratory information and services needed for the diagnosis and treatment of disease. 70% of all medical decisions are based off of laboratory data. Clinical laboratory scientists perform a variety of laboratory tests, ensure the quality of the test results, explain the significance of laboratory tests, evaluate new methods, and study the effectiveness of laboratory tests. Phlebotomy is the process of collecting blood from a vein for analysis. Phlebotomists are trained to collect specimens in preparation for testing, process specimens, and to provide patient instruction for specimen collection. Phlebotomists are on the front line of the laboratory, completing the team that helps doctors provide competent and accurate care of you and your loved ones.
Let's do this. Invite our clinical laboratory science students to make their way around. We'll first recognize Casey Almeida. Caitlin Anteo. Matthew Brault, Ronald Fadrigallen. Rhea Ramick. Kenya Schley. And a phlebotomy certificate to Suad Burdid. Our next program to be recognized is dental hygiene. We'd like to introduce Kimberly Broderick at this time.
My name is Kimberly Broderick, and I am the department chair and assistant professor in the Bristol Community College Dental Hygiene Program. Dental hygienists are a primary care oral health professional educated in the recognition, prevention, and treatment of oral conditions and diseases as a component of total health. On behalf of the dental hygiene faculty and students, I would like to welcome and thank our distinguished guests, administration, faculty, staff, parents, spouses, children, and relatives in attendance today in recognition of our graduating class of 2022. This year's students have overcome numerous challenges of attending college, working, and family obligations to achieve their goals. The students have demonstrated the dedication, resiliency, and perseverance required to obtain the professional skills and growth necessary to begin the journey as a registered dental hygienist. Congratulations, class of 2022, and best wishes for all your future endeavors.
Could we have our dental hygiene students make their way, please? Alexia Baptista. Kelsey Karage. Brandy Chadwick. Margaret Coar. Hillary Correa. Tanya DeRoches. Tai Do. Jerica Estrella. Ariana Figueroa. Diana Florival. Shayla Fayak. Ashley Gonzalez. Marianne Iskander. Samantha Jansen. Tiana Lick. Jamie Machado. Kelsey O'Malley. Merla Romero. Alexandra Sen. Jasmine Washburn. Thank you. If you're not too close to the front, there's some tear stuff going on here. Our next program to be recognized is medical assisting. Medical assistants work alongside physicians, mainly in outpatient or ambulatory care facilities, such as medical offices and clinics. They are usually the first clinician you meet when you visit your doctor. They are most likely the ones to take your medical history, take your blood pressure, weigh you, review your medications, assist the physician with certain procedures, perform an electrocardiogram, update medical records, schedule appointments, assist with billing. They do everything. Medical assistants learn a myriad of procedures and processes to ensure that your doctor's visit goes as smoothly as possible. And if you are here supporting a new medical assistant, thank you for having volunteered your arms and your throats and things to homework assignments so they could learn their trade. Our medical assistant students are being pinned by Angela Taibo today. And if our medical assisting students could make their way to the stage, please. Today we recognize Yaniro Brito Martins, Paula Farias, Rebecca Figueroa, Sydney Healy, Kristen Miranda, Jocelyn Ortega. Some of the folks couldn't make it today, but we're going to recognize them anyway because we're streaming live. Stephanie Rubert, and the patient Helma Texera. And now I turn the lectern back to Dorothy Chase, the Associate Dean of Nursing.
I'm actually going to recognize and introduce Jennifer Pimentel. She's going to speak to you a little bit about nursing first before we start reading the names for nursing.
All right. I can take this off, huh? All right. Good afternoon, everybody. I know so many of the other programs are kind of introducing what is that role, but I think everybody in this room has at some point in your life encountered a nurse. Nurses are really everywhere in the community. They are such a valuable part of our lives. Nurses are there at the most vulnerable moments, at some of the toughest times. And so rather, I just wanted to give a little insight to our students as we welcome them into the profession for what you are about to enter into. So what does it mean now that you are a nurse? So as a nurse, you will never be bored. You will often be frustrated. You're going to be surrounded by challenges, but as everybody has pointed out, as a COVID cohort, you are very well attuned to that. There's so much to do and often so little time. You have immense responsibility, but often little authority. You step into people's lives and you make a difference. Some people will bless you and some people will curse you. You see people at their worst and you see them at their best. But you're never going to, sorry, I'm losing my spot here. You will never cease to be amazed at people's capacity for love, for courage, and endurance. You will see and experience resounding triumphs and devastating failures. You're gonna cry a lot, but you're gonna laugh a lot, and you will know what it is to be human. You will know what it is to be humane, for you are all now a nurse. All right.
I'd like the first row of nursing students to please stand and make their way to the stage. While we have 72 students graduating from our Bristol nursing program, only 56 or so RSVP'd today, so I'm only reading those students that RSVP'd today. Madison Amaro. Kayla Audette. Chelsea Augustine. Alexandra Bandera. Colby Bissonette. Dawn Botello. Kimberly Brown. Hillary Cabral. Petra Carpenter. Cassie Conroy. Ella Conway. Stephanie Chinchilla. Brendan Cooney. Rachel Costa. Kayana DaCosta. Chantel DePonte. Deborah Diaz.
What is that? Cueva.
Evelyn Cuevo. Crystal DeCarlo. Kayla Duarte. Emily Eckerson. Sierra Farias. Huh? It's not on our list. Augusta Egvy. Bunmi Fayemi. Brittany Fernandez. Alexandra Francis. Nicole Grant. Juliana Hedat. David Holt. Like to have the next line of nursing students please stand up. Kelsey Houlihan. Alexis Howell. Kim Kacharian. Holly Lett. Melissa LaValle. Kim McKay. Julie Martins. Chelsea McDonald. Jennifer McDonald. Caitlin Medeiros. Jasmine Medeiros. Catherine Menser. Troy Monahan. Alexis Monk. Elsie Jewel Nicholson. Kelly Pepin. Joshua Pereira. Jessica Phipps. Karina Pryor. Tanya Quitiero. Kristen Raffanen. Elizabeth Rubiero. Kelly Reno. Kerry Rue. Jocelyn Rivas. Anastasia Rosa. Natalie Rose. Susan Santos Hannon. Ashley Sherman. Ashley Travers. Danielle, tell me your last name. Danielle just changed her last name, so I wanted to say it correctly. Danielle Veloso. Mariah Whitney. Our final program to be recognized is Occupational Therapy Assistant. I would like to welcome Dr. Johanna DuPont to the podium.
Thank you. Occupational therapy is probably the least understood profession, so I'll just say quickly, we assist individuals to do what they want and need to do to live meaningful lives. So we help individuals that may have an illness, may have a developmental disability, may have had an accident, or may be in perfectly good health to improve their quality of life. And we do that through therapeutic interventions that we call occupations. So do we help people get jobs? That's not the focus, but yes, we do that sometimes. And we say we help people learn the skills they need for the job of living. I'd like to address this to our occupational therapy assistant graduates. The faculty and I know how rigorous this program is. Good for you. You are superheroes in our eyes, as most of you juggle demands of college, the OTA program, which happens to be quite rigorous, with full-time jobs, caring for your children, paying the rent and the mortgage, and navigating a pandemic. And I'd like to say a special thank you to this class because you trusted us. When you were admitted, it was April of 2020, and this college was shut down. So you trusted us to be able to teach you, to lead you through these 2 years, to be able to come out on this end ready to be an occupational therapy assistant. And so thank you for your trust. We also learned a lot through this process from you. We learned how to be a lot more flexible, honestly. And we also learned how to teach absolutely everything you could think of online for a while. So that was an interesting journey, and it's still paying dividends because unfortunately, we still don't know whenever we have to transition to a remote environment for teaching. So on your behalf, I'd like to say thank you to your family and friends that are here tonight in person and those who are here in spirit. These graduates could not have accomplished this much without your inspiration, your dedication, your motivational talks when things were getting a bit tough, and your understanding throughout these 2 years. Thank you for making dinner, doing the laundry, taking care of the kids, and giving your graduate time to study. Graduates, thank you for being part of our community, and as you go forward into your occupational therapy careers, never forget Bristol Community College and the high standards of professionalism, ethics, and compassion that you have learned here. We wish you all the best. And Dean Resendiz, please come to the podium to read the student names. Thank you.
Well, our occupational therapy assisting students, they already know what to do. You've trained them well. First up, Christina Alexander. Maxime Camo. Jessica Carmichael. Katrina Castro. Alexandra Craig. Stevie Gordon. Sierra Luz. Vanessa Mendoza. Allison Nolan. Jessica Santos. And Kaylee Wotan. Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2022. I want our students to turn around. Thank you. I'm going to go a little bit off script with something here because I think it's something special and unusual, and I want to share with you today, and I think you'll appreciate this as well. It's customary at the end of an academic program to recognize outstanding achievements, high grades, and personal accomplishments. Last week, many of the students here were recognized at Student Awards Night. This coming Saturday at graduation, many, and I really do mean many of our students, will be recognized with academic distinctions along with their diplomas. Today we're going to take a small moment to recognize not only outstanding individual efforts, but the achievements of a rather unique and outstanding family. Some people would call this public humiliation. I'm going to call it public praise. Would the following individuals please stand and stay standing? Keisha Florival. Where's Keisha? Dead center. She's videotaping. I don't know if she's doing a selfie or if it's for me. I don't know. Rochelle Florival, right next to her. Deanna Florival. No, you stay standing. You stay standing. Public humiliation, you have to stay standing. And I'm really impressed that so many of our students brought their own fan clubs today. That was really outstanding. So I had the privilege of meeting the Fleur-Val family last Wednesday night at the Student Awards night while greeting students and their families in the foyer of this very building. And I was frankly astonished with them, as one by one I learned about the amazing family that they are. I knew this story had to be shared because it's both exceptional and inspirational. I would first like to recognize Keisha. You still videotaping? Raise your hand. There you go. She's the mother of Rochelle, Deanna, and John Fleur-Val. John, unfortunately, couldn't be with us today. Ms. Fleur-Val received her EKG certificate in 2021 from Bristol Community College, and this Saturday she will receive her Bristol Associate's degree in General Health Sciences. She will continue her studies at Quinsigamond Community College, where she will pursue a degree in nursing. John Fleur-Val, who is missing today, just earned his 2022 EKG certificate from Bristol, and he plans to become an emergency medical technician. Rochelle Fleur-Val, standing right next to her mom, who's still videotaping, she just earned her 2022 EKG certificate from Bristol. I got that wrong. She got her 2021 EKG certificate, and on Saturday, Rochelle will join her mother on the Bristol graduation stage as she receives her associate's degree in general biology. But we're not finished. Deanna Fleur-Val, here in the third row, will be joining her mother and sister on the graduation stage as she receives her associate's degree in dental hygiene. Last week at the Bristol Student Awards night, Deanna also received the Bristol Community College President's Volunteer Service Award. Unfortunately, Deanna did not choose to get an EKG certificate like the rest of her family, but she did receive her dental hygiene pin today. So please join me in recognizing and congratulating this remarkable family for their exemplary dedication. Thank you, Keisha. You can stop now. I'll now turn the lectern over to Marie Kazmarski for closing remarks.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. As you enter the workforce to begin or to continue your careers in nursing and the health sciences, we want to honor your dedication and persistence to the community that you're serving. Look around you this afternoon. We are your community. We are the people you may be helping and benefiting from the new voices of service that you will be providing. Adding equity into the status quo, considering the social demographics of healthcare and understanding the diversity and inclusion helping our healthcare system. Access for everyone, inclusive of our community as we strive to continue our service and dedication towards the elimination of healthcare disparities. Your accomplishments recognized today are a tribute to your continued dedication and perseverance, as you've already heard from comments earlier this afternoon. I would like to share with you a poem by Morgan Harper Nichols. You have come so far. You have learned to let go of what was not right for you. You have learned to step out of the boundaries of your worries, believing that in time, it would all be woven together beautifully. It has not been an easy road, but it has opened your eyes to all of the possibilities of what this life could be, even in your uncertainty. So continue to give your all in all things great and small. Continue to see that even in your thankless, unnoticed work, you are still sowing seeds. You are still making mindful and intentional steps towards where you were meant to be. You are still living a life filled with meaning. There may be days that you feel your work is in vain, and there may be moments where you do not know what to do with all the sudden change. But you are wrapped in endless, boundless grace all the same, giving your strength every day to breathe deep and to keep going anyways. Congratulations to the Health Science and Nursing classes of 2022. Let's give a round, stand up. Let's give one last round. Congratulations, everybody. In closing, I would like to thank you all for coming out and sharing the day with us as we celebrate our students' accomplishments. Thank you so much for attending our pinning ceremony. Thank you so much for celebrating our students. And to our students, thank you so much for your perseverance, your persistence, and your continued dedication to your community in health science and nursing. Thank you so much and have a great day. I would now like to invite you all to refreshments under the tent as we continue to celebrate our students today. Thank you so much.